The newly freed Albert Ian Schweitzer, one of 3 men convicted in the rape and murder of Dana Ireland, will make a public appearance to share his story and raise awareness on wrongful convictions. Schweitzer spoke with KI24's Aaron Coogan this morning.
Well, it's only been about a week and a half since Hawaii Island Judge Peter Kubota vacated those charges on the basis of newly found DNA evidence. And although a free man reunited with his family, the question remains for Albert Ian Schweitzer: how does a man who spent the last 2 decades in prison reacclimate to society?
It's been ridiculous, you know. The island or the world has changed so much that I'm starting from like a 2-year-old.
Hawaii is currently one of 38 states to have exoneree compensation statutes. The state bill, officially established in 2016, outlines wrongfully convicted individuals are subject to collect up to $50,000 for each year they serve behind bars.
What do we owe a person as a state when that happens, right? Because I don't care how liberal you are or how conservative you are. No one wants to see an innocent man or woman locked up in prison for a crime they didn't do.
For Schweitzer, who was convicted back in the year 2000, the 23 years served equates to $1.15 million. The statute also identifies the possibility of an additional $100,000 awarded under extraordinary circumstances and pays for up to $10,000 in attorney fees.
It's real. The system is broken. We need help. There's other people like me incarcerated, and it costs money, you know, for everything.
But any compensation at all comes with the price of returning to court, presenting actionable claim against the state.
It's going to depend on the state. You know, if they're going to fight it and contest it, then so be it. It's just going to take longer.
Still, representatives with the Hawaii Innocence Project, who not only helped in the passing of Hawaii's initial statute, but led the effort to prove Schweitzer's innocence, say the act needs to be revised. Other states provide social services to exonerees, an issue that hasn't been specifically addressed by the state.
If you're guilty of murder, if you're guilty of bank robbery, whatever, and you get released on parole, you know, there's services for you, right? There's social workers that help you reacclimate and re-enter into society. There's a lot of resources. When you're actually innocent, because you're innocent, you don't go on probation, you don't go on parole, and there's no re-entry service for someone like Ian, who's been, you know, out of society for 24 years. How do we help him? And so the statute needs to be tweaked to where, when, you know, it's not just about the compensation, which is fine, obviously, but, you know, how do I reacclimate into society?
As for what's next for Ian Schweitzer?
You know, for the future, I'm going to take it one day at a time. As far as like the Ireland family, I'm going to do everything in my power, along with my team, to find out who this unknown DNA suspect is.
Schweitzer, alongside members of the Hawaii Innocence Project and Amanda Knox, will be hosting a public fundraiser at Cafe Julia tonight, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., raising awareness of wrongful convictions. Aaron Coogan, KI24, Island News.